Hey, thanks for joining us today. I'm meteorologist Taylor Cox, and we are tracking wild temperature swings across the U.S. Let's go ahead and take a look at your weather headlines. We'll get into the temperatures right now. How warm, how cold is it going to get, and when is that next chance for rain or snow? Cold versus warm, that is the battle that we have across the U.S. right now. While the eastern U.S. takes a cold plunge, the western U.S. keeps that t-shirt on. Sunglasses, unfortunately not a ton of rain out to the west either. You'll see why in just a few minutes. A late week snowstorm, so who is going to get that snow? Maybe a little bit of ice as well. That's possible in two different areas across the country. We'll talk about exactly where. Other than that, where are our storms at? Well, we had some storms last week. We had 4 days of consecutive severe weather risks. This week, we are not seeing that same type of risk. It's like they took a winter vacation. But don't worry, they'll be back. We'll talk about that here in just a few minutes. Your 48-hour storm reports here, well, it does look like we've seen very, very quiet conditions, even in terms of rainfall across the U.S. You can see that that rain has stayed out of the central portion of the U.S. Mainly, the main precip that we've got is in the form of snow out to the northeast. Have you guys seen some of the snow alerts that we've gotten in the Midwest and in the Northeast? All of that thanks to a cold front that's moving through right now. And behind this cold front, we do have an intrusion of cold air coming into the U.S. Other places are getting that lake effect snow from a warm front that's just coming off into places like northern Ohio and Pennsylvania. So while some places are getting showers and snow across the U.S., others are staying very dry across the southeast, dry across the central portion of the U.S., but showers and storms down in Texas. And then we've got some cold rain moving into places like Omaha and Rapid City. Current temperatures, 50s and 60s for most of us out there. This is well above average for this time of the year. While it may feel chilly for some, this is still about 10 to 15, maybe even 20 degrees warmer than what we are used to in January. All of that thanks to a high pressure system that's sitting off on the west coast right now. This high pressure system is helping to build in that heat, keeping the U.S. divided. From a high pressure system out to the west, a low pressure system in the Midwest is bringing in that cold Canadian air as far south as places like Kentucky and Tennessee, as we head into not only the middle of the week, but another chance later in the week as well. You can see that cold air dipping down into some of our southern states, especially as we head late and into the weekend. In terms of severe weather, what do you guys think? Do you want that severe weather to return? Or are you glad that you're getting a little bit of a break right now? You guys let us know in the comments section. Here's what's going to happen. Very little to no severe weather over the next 3 to maybe even up to 7 days. Take a look at your significant hail model. I have not seen the significant hail model this clear or clean in a very long time. We're not even getting those milky whites down in, milky white coloring down in Texas. So anytime that we get just a small, tiny bit of hail or hail risk, you could see that pop up down in Texas from some of these storms. No, even these storms down in Texas have no chance for hail. We are not expecting any hail anywhere across the U.S. So we're HailTrace. What do we talk about if it's not hail? We'll talk about that rain that's going to move into the central portion and eastern portion of the U.S. We've got lots of snow coming for the Midwest as well. So let's break this down for you. We'll talk timing and temperatures over the next few minutes. And of course, as always, put where you're watching from in the comments section. Who's staying dry? Western side of the U.S. You guys are staying dry thanks to that high pressure system. You guys are not going to get any rain over the next 5 days. It's a long time to not have any rain at all, and you guys have been pretty dry here lately. There's a drought that's building into the central portion of the U.S. As we get this next cold front moving through on Wednesday, it's going to increase our wind speeds and increase the fire concern as well. Dry, windy, and fire concern, wet weather across the Midwest, even portions of Tennessee, Kentucky, all the way up to the Virginias and into the Northeast. Some of this coming in the form of snow and others getting rain. Let's move on here. Let's talk about that snow accumulation. Who's getting snow over the next 24 hours? We're talking about, this is 24 hours, this is noon on Wednesday. We're talking about places like Michigan, Wisconsin getting snow, the northern portion of Indiana, Illinois, and Ohio also to get some snow. The people who get the greatest amount of snow will be closest to the Great Lakes here. A lot of this is going to be lake effect snow, which is very normal for this time of the year. You got that freeze in the winter, you get this January thaw, and then you get another round of snow. Very, very typical. Mainly, the biggest snow accumulation are going to be up in the mountains. You could get a little bit of ice from this as well. Moving on, let's go ahead and take a look at your future radar again. What about places like St. Louis? Yesterday, we had several people on from St. Louis, Missouri. Rain, not a ton of it. Maybe 1/4 of an inch, maybe 3/10 of an inch of rain. Not a ton of rain in this area. I know that we need more than that. Kansas City, you guys are in the same boat where you will get some precipitation, but not a ton of it. Maybe a few flurries coming into St. Louis by early on Wednesday. Other than that, we're going to stay dry across most of the U.S., other than just a few states out to the east are going to get the main bulk of our wet weather. Another chance for snow moving in later on this week and into this weekend. This comes with a big cool down as well. This second chance for snow will mainly focus on the northern plains and the Midwest, not as much on the East Coast. So we see that second chance for snow shift a little bit to the west here. You can see places like Chicago, central Illinois into northern Indiana, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and North Dakota, all in the path for snow by the end of this week. You guys are not the only ones that are going to feel that winter blast. Colder air is going to seep down into the central and southern states as well. Let's talk about how cold we're going to get. While today it feels nice in the 50s and 60s, above average for most of us, we're going to slowly see that cooling trend as we head into the middle or end of the week. 31 early tomorrow morning or early Thursday morning in Oklahoma City. We've got a bitter 20 degrees in Kansas City on Thursday. But I have to say, one thing about these temperatures on Thursday and Friday is not that they're necessarily way below average, but they're about normal for most of us. You get those really cold temperatures farther up to the north, that's a bit below average. But what we're seeing temperatures doing is they're on a roller coaster. Warm today, cold tomorrow, we have a little bit of a warm up, then it's super cold this weekend, and that's what we're going to see as we continue into Saturday and Sunday. You can see that some of the coldest temperatures will come in Friday night into Saturday morning, and Saturday night into Sunday morning. We've got 8 degrees in Minneapolis, 11 for a low in Chicago, and 22 for a low in Kansas City. I know a few models have been teasing a few snow flurries as far south as Oklahoma. However, there is just not enough moisture in the air to get that much snow. A few flurries, maybe up by the state line near Kansas, but I don't think that it will accumulate on the ground, not even enough to call it a dusting. Do not count on snow in places like Oklahoma and Kansas. Your snow is going to be up in the Midwest. Moving on, we do see a warm up. Still on that temperature. Here we go. Up, 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 up. 61 in Oklahoma City, much warmer as we head farther into the southwest, the desert, all the way down to Texas, where we could even see some 70s by Sunday afternoon. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we are above normal right now. We're going to see the state divided, the U.S. divided, cold air out to the east, warmer out to the west. About average on Friday, we're going to see that division once again on Saturday. About average for some of us, and then we see cold air out to the east on Sunday, warm out to the west. It's this roller coaster, just up and down, up and down. Depends on where you are across the U.S. That's your main story, is we have this big division. That's not going to stop either. It's not going to stop this weekend. We see this last all the way into the next week. January 18th through the 22nd here, we keep this cold trend out to the east and a warm trend to the west. What about your rainfall? I told you earlier that we're going to see a lack of snow in the central portion of the U.S. Why? Not because we lack cold temperatures, but because we lack the moisture. We have fronts coming through, but it's very, very dry fronts, increasing that fire threat. But this is going to continue where we don't have enough moisture to see a ton of snow or rain in this area of the country. This continues all the way through the middle of next week, threatening for this to be one of the driest winters on record. Let's go ahead and continue with your monthly temperature outlook all the way through the end of January. At this point, it does look like most of us will see temperatures about or above normal and just not a ton of rain, not a ton of moisture. Okay, before we hop off of here, let me make sure that we don't have any lingering questions. I think that I've answered all of the questions that I see in the chat right now. Thanks for joining us today. I'm meteorologist Taylor Cox. We'll have more to report for you. Meteorologist Michaela Smith, she'll be back tomorrow for your forecast, and I'll be here as well. So as always, join us tomorrow at the same time, same place for your weather forecast. We have a lot of cool things coming over the next few days, and next week we are going to be at IRE in Las Vegas. So we'll be filming from on location. You guys can see the cool things that are happening at IRE, so join us for the forecast next week as well. In the meantime, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. We spent the morning filming some really cool content for these platforms. So follow us on there. Go see Derek Klein ask a bunch of questions to our meteorologists. He asked trivia questions like, how many hail reports did we have in Oklahoma last year? What about Texas? Head over to our social media pages to find that answer. And of course, give us a call at 855-334-4245 for a subscription on our maps, our hail maps, our tornado maps, and our wind maps. Or email us at info@hailtrace.com. Head over to our website for more information, hailtrace.com. Thanks for joining us today. I'm meteorologist Taylor Cox, and we'll see you back here, same time, same place tomorrow.